In this first video, we're focusing on why resistance training matters. Not for bodybuilding, but for independence, muscle health, and healthy aging. Many people think strength training is optional or only for athletes, but the science tells us something very different. Muscle is not just for movement. It plays a key role in inflammation, immunity, blood sugar control, and even brain health. By the end of this video, we want you to understand why muscle matters, so that the next video on when and how will make sense and feel achievable. Why resistance training matters was compiled by Dr. Siva Navaratnam and ChatGPT, my educational partner. I would like to thank my children, Dinan and Jazara, for helping me in the production of this video. Muscle preserves independence as we age. As we age, one of the most important changes in the body is the gradual loss of muscles. This isn't about strength, it's about function. When muscle declines, people become weaker, balance worsens, and the risk of falls increases. Frailty doesn't happen suddenly. It develops slowly as muscle is lost and movement becomes harder. The good news is that resistance training can slow this process at almost any age. Even more modest strength training helps preserve independence and daily function. Resistance training reduces chronic inflammation. Another major reason resistance training matters is its effect on chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is often silent. You don't feel it. But over time, it contributes to many conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and dementia. Regular resistance training helps lower inflammatory markers in the body. Muscle activity sends signals that can calm inflammation rather than fuel it. This is one of the reasons strength training is now considered a key part of healthy aging. Not just exercise for fitness, but exercise for disease prevention. Muscle strengthens the immune system. Most people don't realize that muscle is not just for movement. Muscle is an active organ that communicates with the immune system. When muscle contract, they release chemical messengers, sometimes called myokines, that help regulate immune function. Regular resistance training improves how immune cells work and respond to stress. This becomes especially important as we age, when immune function naturally declines. In simple terms, stronger muscles help support a stronger, more resilient immune system. Muscles improve metabolic health. Muscle plays a central role in metabolic health. In fact, muscle is the largest tissue in the body that uses glucose after we eat. When muscle mass and function are reduced, glucose stays in the bloodstream longer, and insulin has to work harder. Resistance training improves insulin sensitivity, meaning body handles blood glucose more effectively. Stronger muscles also helps the body cope better with physical and mental stress. This is why resistance training is so important for people with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes, and also for preventing these conditions in the first place. Muscle strength and brain health. We now learn that muscle strength is also closely linked to brain health. Studies show that people with better physical strength tend to have better cognitive function as they age. Resistance training has been associated with slower cognitive decline, including memory and thinking skills. This doesn't mean exercise guarantees prevention of dementia, but it is now recognized as an important part of the broader dementia prevention strategies. In other words, take care of your muscles is also a way of taking care of your brain. Evidence from the US Pointer study. This brings us to an important piece of real-world evidence, the US Pointer study. This is a large, well-designed dementia prevention trial run by the Alzheimer's Association. What's important here, it doesn't focus on a single pill or supplement. It uses a multi-domain lifestyle approach, and muscle strengthening exercise is one of the core components. This reflects a growing understanding that brain health is closely linked to physical strength, metabolic health, and daily habits. In other words, resistance training is no longer an option in brain health research. It is now considered essential. So let's bring this together. Strong muscles don't just help you move. They support your entire body and your brain. Resistance training helps calm chronic inflammation, improves metabolic health, and supports healthy aging. This is not about looking a certain way. It's about staying independent, resilient, and capable for as long as possible. In the next video, we will talk about when to do resistance training, including timing, frequency, and common questions around fasting. Thank you for watching.